Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Trubisky will throw. Finding Gabriel complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Here we go. 60 or 61, matchbox white.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a give to Lindsay running right. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here's Lindsey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
21-yard line.
Onto the field now come the Bears. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 62 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. Now Trubisky completes it to the tight end, Burton. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Extra point up and through. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards there, a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
That's complete right side to Gabriel. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's get it.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 29-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And the Bears first down.
Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. And it's 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football. A good one from Atlanta. Eagles in pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got some room at the 30. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 36 yards on the play. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback.
Well, now Lindsey lost the football, but it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A gain of 37. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now it's Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a little bit different size than they're used to seeing in Chicago, playing the middle linebacker position. But undersized or not, his speed is absolutely overwhelming. And when he arrives with a thump. The city of broad shoulders loves Roquan Smith.
On second and goal, Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football. And he's going to go down again. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw. 59 is Mike. 59. Hey, Echo. 59. You go night night. Some go night night. Mike, check, 59.
Locked now on 3rd and goal. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
$15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
At the 12-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
General West. 59. Watch the curl. Hey, Foxtrot. Look at me. Zipper. Get him. Hustle.
Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. 11 yards there, first down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team. And they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mike's 59. Here we go, D. Here I come.
It's a give to Freeman running right. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Mike is 50.
From the gun on third down, Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Go! 8-3.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
5.
Shotgun snap to Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. He's got a first down past the 30. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try to counter here. Cohen. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
Get out! 180! Mike, 27!
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And some room to run now. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. The point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Broncos 14,
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Ready, 70, Indy.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down, Chicago.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
You got to get the stop here, D.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Now it's Trubisky. Connecting with Burton here over the middle. And they'll get this down to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Hey, check 24. Check 24. 47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Hey, watch your left.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Set, ready? 60 or.
Right there. Don't get nervous.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now. 80 weapon. 60 Pittsburgh.
We got this.
Ready?
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready up.
58, right over there.
Alpha.
58, right there. Let's go, D.
Big grip. Big grip.
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. They'll find Lindsey here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now Cohen. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready? 90, Wolf.
Not here. Double tight, double tight. Double tight.
Yo, 3 to 5.
On first down, Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style.